Hello, creatives. Thank you for dropping by. Before we get started, please hit that notification bell and don't forget to like and subscribe. Share with people you think who would enjoy the content that's being provided here. Now, let's get started. Today's thought is an interesting one because it's one I think we all deep down kind of know, or at least were taught when we were younger. But it's really important and it bears going over again. What you say and do matters. Now, sometimes we think that's not true. People don't listen to me. Um, my words don't really have that much weight. It's not that important. I want you to, instead of looking at it outward, like looking at it to the people that may be in your world or that may be around you or who you interact with, I want you to make it inward and think about honoring your word to yourself. So here's what I mean. If you say you're gonna get up and train, and this big thing about nobody cares, but you don't want to say that and then let yourself down. So if you say I'm gonna get up at let's be reasonable, 6 a.m. and I'm gonna go train, I'm gonna go for a walk, or I'm going to lift some weights or do some cardio, whatever the case may be. Get up at 6 a.m. and go do what you said you would do because you're honoring your word to yourself. And here's the thing that I guess we get it mixed up or we don't really understand it. And we'll go out of our way to make sure we don't disappoint other people and to make sure that we live up to what we said to other people. But then when it comes to ourselves, we disappoint ourselves all the time, or we break our word to ourselves all the time. And that's not the way it should be, because the first person that you should really, really care about is yourself, in the sense of taking care of yourself, honoring your word to yourself. That's really important, because that's how you can do great things in your life, by honoring your word, by understanding that what you say and what you do matters. And not only does it matter, you've got to make it align. You've got to make those two things be in agreement. There's this old saying, say what you mean and mean what you say, right? So basically, when you're in those kind of situations where you're making a commitment, right? Here's the thing. When you're making a commitment, you have to make a commitment to yourself. In other words, in the example that I gave of, I'm going to clean up my diet, or I'm going to start getting in shape, or I'm going to read more, I'm going to go to bed early, I'm going to take care of myself, I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to watch what I watch and what I read and what I expose myself to. All those things that you may consider promises or whatever they may be, really at their core, they're commitments. And you're making a commitment to yourself. And you have to honor that commitment, or else don't make it. Because as writers, those of us who write know this inherently. Words have power, right? So when you say things, you're using a certain power. Your words have a power, and if you break those words over and over and over again, there's a negative effect in your life. You start thinking less of yourself. You start thinking you're not capable. You start believing that this is just not for me. I'm not that kind of person. That's not true. But you also have to understand that when you make these commitments, you have to honor them. You've got to live up to them. What you say and what you do matters. In the larger scale, if you have people in your life and they constantly see you breaking your word, your commitments to yourself, they trust you less because they're going to say that the default listening of you is going to be that person, you never honor your word. You don't even honor your word to yourself. You say you're going to do this, and you say you're going to do that, and you say you're going to take care of yourself. You never do. I never see you doing anything. You just all talk. If you've heard this in your life, it's time for you to stop and reset and say, wait a minute. I don't want to just say things for the sake of saying things. I want to honor my word, honor my commitments, and understand that what I say is not just saying. What I say and what I do matters, and they need to be in alignment. It's really important that you understand this idea, this concept. What you say, what you do matters. It matters to you as a person, and it matters to the people around you. They know that if you say something, I know it's going to get done because you said you would do it. That's really important. It touches on having integrity. And the first person you need to have integrity with, you know what I'm going to say, is yourself. So take that thought today, apply that what you say and what you do matters first to yourself, then to the people in your world, and make it happen. Get those words out there, but put the actions behind it. It's key. And above all, be uncommon. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.